Away from that, the Okyenhene Amweti of Rupanyin says the exclusion of 75% of the country's population in the development process will only lead to extreme poverty and migration. According to him, overly concentration of government infrastructure in the capital, Accra, is unacceptable and a drawback to the development. He was speaking at a public lecture at the University of Ghana.
We act and govern this nation as if the enactment that put us here is a city-state. We are a nation-state. We need to decentralize this country to have more effective development programs. We know how the systems that are small and local are relatively immune to failure. Communities must own their own development process. Development is not something you do for somebody. Government can help create the condition, encourage, and carefully offer some resources that do not replace, but add to what the people already have within themselves and around them. Decentralization will give people a dignity of voice and self-determination. It also brings transparency and accountability and expose corrupt government officials. Let me ask the question again. Over 67 years, what is the Ministry of Agriculture doing in Accra? What is the Ministry of Lands and Resources Natural doing in Accra? What is the Forestry Commission doing in Accra? I have made suggestions that move these ministries and spread them all across different regions. This way, we can create new townships. Real estate will be developed. Commerce will go on. And people will stay where they are to work. How could we build a national economy that excludes 75% of our population who live in the rural areas, wallowing in poverty and hopelessness? They have no chance. There's no jobs there. And if government is going to be the biggest employer, I suggest that we bring these ministries. Today, you can sit and have a meeting with somebody in Singapore, virtual. You can have Zoom meetings. But you need to bring opportunities to people where they are. I know it may be radical, but the task to change is not for the faint-hearted. Neither is it for those who are unwilling to make hard choices. We got to make hard choices and bring businesses and opportunities to our people in rural Ghana. We all come to Accra every day. There's one traffic. We all head to Accra. But there is a limit to the size of this city and how many people it can comfortably support. We've got to spread and widen the circle of opportunity for our people to get jobs to do. Despite the strides made by transformational leaders, several challenges persist in Ghana's leadership landscape. One significant challenge is the illegal mining called galamsey, which has devastated the environment and posed a threat to sustainable development. All hands have to be on deck. My efforts to combat galamsey have been vigorous, including calling for all institution stakeholders. I have approached and these two chiefs who are involved in illegal mining, supporting government initiative to end the menace. You know, when the president of the country calls as commander-in-chief to end galamsey. I thought that should end it. Because there are some dishonest and stubborn people. The fight against galamsey remains ongoing, and more robust measures are needed to protect our environment and our communities. I have long been in the forefront of battle against illegal mining, called galamsey, which poses a grave threat to our environment and future. For the years, I have consistently spoken out against this menace, urging collective action to eradicate it. But it's still going on, and we need to stop it. Now let's come to corruption. Leadership in Ghana today also grapples with issues of corruption and governance. Civil society has emphasized the need for an inspirational leadership that prioritizes integrity, truth, accountability, and restore hope among Ghanaians. Despite these challenges, there are positive examples of transformational leadership emerging from various sectors, driving progress and development. Corruption is a global pandemic, but we can't find a prescription. It asks me to find that some public office holders in Africa would go into the coffers and take monies and have to take a flight to the same people who once colonized us. There's a Zambian writer, Dambizo Moyo, who said there are two types of corruption. She calls one positive corruption and the other negative corruption. Positive corruption, she calls, is the tiger nations, when they steal money from their countries, they reinvest the money in the same country. That's positive corruption. The negative corruption is what we have here. When the money is stolen, man, it takes a flight. I never knew corruption can even have the adjective called positive. But to me, I think that corruption has left the realm of criminality to evil. It is evil, and it must be punished. Where corruption thrives, poverty and non-prosperity thrives. Corruption is a filthy work and a disgusting shame and a despicable act of treachery done under the table, behind closed doors, and keeps a nation such as ours back from true development and progress, while investors stay away. We should stop. A great Ghanaian, when asked about corruption, that everybody does it, says, I let courage and character make me live in honest poverty while my friends I watch get rich by fraud, powerfully. It takes courage and character to live in honest poverty. Why? Friends get rich by fraud. Just because everybody is doing it, please